I recently put out a video where we got into talking about the success and failure rates for life insurance agents, and basically we really dug deep into why they fail. I've also been talking about agent saturation, but there are two important questions that I'm going to be answering today. One, can a newly licensed life insurance have immediate success at final expense and or life insurance sales? And two, if so, what can they do to maximize those chances of having that success? If you're new, you'll absolutely want a copy of the free new agent telesales file, so stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you how to get this dude for yourself, as it really does have some pretty killer sales materials you're absolutely going to want to use during and or after your final expense sales presentation. The answer is yes, a new agent can have massive success if they follow some of the suggestions in this video. I've personally been working with some very happy agents that did come on board with us recently this year, and a couple of them have never sold life insurance ever, not even at all, before connecting with me, at least that is, and started using our platform. I really think that one of the biggest fails for new agents is that they often get recruited and end up associated by and or with the wrong agency. Unfortunately, for the newer agents, I have to say a majority of final expense and life insurance agencies are actually using like outdated methods to sell and or even like recycled leads that have previously been worked by other agents, and potentially over and over and over. So exactly what do you absolutely want to avoid in an insurance agency, and what should you look for in an insurance agency when you're looking for one? Oh, and yes, a thumbs up would be appreciated, and please subscribe if you're new to the channel at least. We're putting out new insurance sales content and final expense sales training videos like this all the time. When doing research for an insurance agency, the last thing that you want is to end up stuck in a multi-level marketing agency where your first year commission isn't at least, I want to say 100, maybe 110% for the main level product. And that's assuming that you're an independent agent who actually pays for leads and or has to get leads on your own. And I say that because we have a subsidized lead platform, and I had an agent that actually gave me a hard time and said, man, in your videos, you said you should never get less than 100%. Well, if we're paying for your leads, you ain't getting 100% of nothing. So here's what you want to do. Whoever the upline is that you're considering working with, like the exact person, Google them and their agency, especially if they've got their own little side agency under the umbrella. Whatever the umbrella is, you should Google them too, but you want to look for actual Google reviews, specifically for them. Don't go to one of those reviews websites. Look, I'm telling you, those review websites come up, they're crazy, fake, they're annoying. Do actual Google reviews that are connected to the website of that agency, that direct upline. Second, do they have testimonials on their website of actual successful agents? That's important too. New agents, the smart ones, ask me all the time, Doug, can I speak with one of your agents? And that's when I generally direct them to the testimonials. That way, they can hear it right from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Let's talk a little bit about being a captive agent versus an independent agent, because guys, I see two different personality types of agents all the time, and finding what works for yours is going to be really, really important. So you got to be open-minded. An independent insurance agent is pretty much left on their own, for the most part at least, where a captive agent should be basically like micromanaged and held accountable for everything. Having worked with over 1,000 insurance agents over my career, I can assure you one thing for sure: most independent agents should not be independent agents, because a majority of us truly need to be managed. And if we're left on our own, we'll most likely try to take the easy way out. We'll definitely try to cut corners. We'll, not really do what actually works. Generally, the way I see it, we try to figure out a way of doing as little as possible to get by as human beings. So when you're left to your own, that's kind of a big fail for most people, which is why at United Final Expense Services, we do offer both sides, okay? And the independent side, where the agents get full commissions and pay for everything, and the free lead side, where the agents work a subsidized lead program and they don't have to pay for any fees, like not even a CRM fee, but they're actually held accountable. So there are expectations that I personally immediately place on all of them. Ask yourself, am I fiscally, financially responsible to the point to where I can afford to be an independent agent? So do I have the money, and do I have the personality type to push through the learning curve on my own without, being handheld, because you're not going to be an independent agent and get that type of intensive training. If so, then you might actually be able to start off as an independent agent. And we've had a lot of agents that went from zero to jumping right in as an independent on our platform and have had immediate success. If not, like most of us, like most of you that are watching this video, even though you think different, which is really, again, most agents, you're probably better off finding an agency where they pay for everything and you just follow your training and do what you're supposed to do, do the work. In my opinion, the biggest pro of being a captive agent is that you'll usually get the best training. I mean, that's the whole idea. If you're captive and you're not getting good training, man, you're in a bad place. The thing is, you need to get that experience without having to worry about buying leads each week. So that to me is exactly how a good subsidized lead program or even a captive scenario should be. The agents that I work with that are on our subsidized lead side are trained and managed by literally one of the strongest salesmen, and probably, I'd have to say, he's probably the best trainer in the industry. This guy is not only capable of writing more than 50K of AP, which he's done many, many times, but he's actually had one month where he broke that $80,000 of annualized premium in a single month. Again, it's crazy, but very few people can do it, but he's done it. As far as training is concerned, not only do we hold regular small group presentation training sessions and objections training, but once an agent is on board, we have them shadow our trainer and they get to log in and actually see exactly what he sees and what he's doing during his sales call. So what our agents do is they actually hear every aspect of the business during and after the sale is made. And I'm bringing that up because the training is so important. It really is, guys, especially for those who need that little extra hand holding, which I had to have. I needed. It's me being a captive agent with the Hartford was a huge part of my success. We're not the only ones doing this, FYI. So do your due diligence. Just make sure you don't put yourself into a hole that you inadvertently end up having to dig yourself out of, which I see constantly seeing agencies that are working with agents that want to be part of our agency, but the agent is not happy there, and now the MLM or the agency won't even release the agent. And with all that behind us, allow me to close by addressing the very, very highly intensive importance of a solid lead program. Unfortunately for new agents, most insurance agencies have their agents either working like a mixture of age leads with maybe some new leads, and or are working like outdated, overpriced leads. So we're talking leads that don't have a very good ROI, return on investment, or they're just crappy. I mean, a lot of leads, I hate to say it, especially from lead vendors, there's like very little to zero intent from the start. So how do you find out if the agency that you're speaking with, that you're looking at, has a solid lead program? Just ask them, hey, what type of leads will I be working on my very first day, and how does the weekly progression of how the leads are distributed work? Are they age leads? Are they recycled leads that have been worked by a bunch of other agents? Will my leads be shared, even the exclusive ones that I get? Well, they're not exclusive. If they end up getting shared, will they be shared by new agents that come in behind me? And the very most important question, will I have access to 100% exclusive leads and appointments like the ones that Doug Massey has for his agents? For a copy of the free new agent telesales file, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. If you'd like more information on our independent appointments platform, where you can get like 20 to 30 appointments per day, or our subsidized leads and appointments platform, just email me at that same address. As always, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Whatever happens, just make sure that you do something good for someone else today. Happy hunting.